All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another week of MLS Mondays. So today we are talking about marketing tools that are built into your MLS. So we've got multiple tools that we're going to go through, but the whole point of this is, especially if you're starting new or if you're looking to revamp your marketing, it's really, really hard to look out there and go, okay, like what is there available? What should I do? Because there are so many tools that you could literally just like drown in the information. But I would say start here, right? See what you have that's already built into your MLS that is provided to you through your member benefits. Some of it has upgrades, but most of it that we're going to go through today is something that is provided to you for free through your membership. And this is stuff that is integrated into the MLS. So it's stuff where it's already fed in, especially if you have listings and you don't want to have to re-upload all of your photos or retype out all of your listing descriptions or anything like that. A lot of the systems we're going to go through today are smart systems built in that pull everything in and do the work for you, right? Make it easy. Click the button. We're not recreating the wheel here. But I want you to keep in mind also as we go through these tools, if you do not have listings at the moment, maybe you're brand new, maybe you're getting back into the business, maybe you're a buyer's agent, whatever your case may be, that's okay. This still applies to you. A lot of these tools you can pull in any listing off the MLS. So I encourage you to talk to your broker, talk to the agents in your office, and see what listings they might have right in house that you could borrow for marketing. So talk to them, ask, say, hey, what's our office policy on marketing other listings? Or simply ask the agent who might have a listing that's going to best represent the clientele that you're going after, whether it's listings or buyers. Go shopping on the MLS, find some listings and utilize those with these programs as well. And I will show you that, it'll pull in all of your listings, but you also have the opportunity to plug in MLS numbers and pull in other listings to market out stuff to, whether it's get leads, get any visibility on your socials, whatever it might be. So don't kind of think in the box of, I don't have a listing, there's nothing I can do here. The world is your oyster in the MLS. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. The tools that we are going to work through today, there are, as I stated, several, which if you've been here on our MLS Mondays, I feel like we go through this every Monday. We go through a topic and it's like, there's 5 tools to help you. So the same goes for this. What we're going to go through today is Agent 3000, okay, because that one is going to take the longest. There is a lot that Agent 3000 provides you pro bono. Then we are also going to go through Ad Builder. Now there is a button for Ad Builder all the way down here for informational purposes, right? But that is something that is built into your MLS Touch app. So I've got some screenshots from the phone that I'll be able to share with you on this. And then we are also going to go through our newest tool, which is Property Panorama. Okay. So all 3 of those tools provide great marketing assets for you. Whether you have a listing, you're trying to market to get leads, all kinds of different things. Lots of tools here on the MLS for you, but these 3 are the main ones that are going to help you out with marketing. For those of you that joined us at TechCon, Agent 3000 had 2 different sessions going on. And the reason we gave him 2 sessions is because there is so much to talk about in this platform. So I'm going to take it step by step and kind of give you guys like an overview. But I do want to point out as we go through all 3 of these tools, if you're looking for like a deep dive on one specific section of any of these, I encourage you to go out to our YouTube channel, go to our playlists, and each tool has its own playlist. So Agent 3000 has an entire catalog of videos for you to take deep dives into each section. Ad Builder has an entire catalog of videos of how to create an ad, right? Like all of these tools have their own section on our YouTube channel. So running down along the left-hand side here, most of these tools that you get in Agent 3000 are provided to you through your membership with us. They do have also an upgrade for your system. So if you wanted like a website, if you wanted the CRM portion of this, that is an upgrade. It's pretty cheap. It's, I believe it's $30 a month and you can pay monthly. And all the tools that you get for $30 a month, you can't find anywhere else. You do get that discount here through us at Florida Gulf Coast. So let's go ahead and just come through this side one thing at a time. So the purchase website and CRM, this will give you a rundown exactly of what you get with your upgrade. the things that you don't get now. And then it does stay, oh, so it's $25 a month. See, even cheaper than I quoted it. And you get a discount if you pay for the year. But if you're interested in that, go ahead and use this. I'm not going to sit here and do a sales pitch for you. It sells itself, but I will go through and show you everything that you do get with us. So landing pages and leads. This is going to show you, I'll show you in a minute here where you can build out landing pages, but all of your leads will display here in a nice list, whether you're using the landing pages, the text codes, there's all kinds of different ways to produce leads. So in your marketing, as you're sitting here and analyzing what it is you're trying to do, whether you're just trying to get branding and visibility, maybe you're trying to build leads, there are a good opportunity to collect lots of leads here within Agent 3000. So they have also in here listing email templates for single properties. This will help you build it out. We'll kind of give you the cake is baked example here. This will give you the entire HTML to plug into your email to send it out. And this is what the email ends up looking like in the long run. So something nice and formatted, easy peasy, and then they can click into view listing details and it'll bring them to a landing page for that property, which also can produce leads for you as well. But lots of editing examples or editing opportunities in here, different templates. You can do the single property one, you can do one or more properties, or you can do a marketing snapshot email. So if you're using, whether you're using Gmail, maybe you're using like an email system, any of those, you can use that HTML code, plug it in there, and it'll give you this nice formatted email, and it'll bring you to bring the consumer to different landing pages as well to produce leads. If you need help throughout that process, if you've never used HTML or you don't know how to plug in those emails, they've got great little tutorial videos with step-by-step to help you plug those emails in. Today, I'm just showing you what all the capabilities are, every tool you have at your fingertips, but a complete walkthrough of stuff. What's great is every tool you go through in here at the top, there's a beautiful little YouTube channel or YouTube video that will give you the walkthrough on that. All right, so that is email templates. Another great thing that they have built in here is Eve. Eve is the AI listing remarks generator that is built into Agent 3000. What is really cool about this is it gives you the simple stuff that you already have to plug into the MLS, but this is so you're not starting from scratch. So if you're not very comfortable with AI, you don't want to just go out to ChatGPT and start typing away and plugging it in, right? Because then you forget things. Like maybe you forget how many bedrooms or the pool, or you go out to ChatGPT and you say, hey, build out my listing remarks, that state, and you start giving it all the information about the property. It's a lot to type out. This is like an easy peasy way to build out the listing remarks. So you can choose what type of language. So our MLS rules require that they be in English, but then you also below that can put it in a separate language. So there has to be like the English version in there, and then you can also add in a separate one. The count type, so do you want it by how many words or how many characters? And then 250 words or 250 characters is what that would be. So we'll do 250 words. Property type, is it single family home, condo, villa? Again, this is just an easy way to check off all those boxes without having to type it out. Bedrooms, bathrooms, backyard, pool, and then whatever features are not included, right? These are your basic necessities here in Southwest Florida for plugging in a property description. But maybe down here you want to plug in that they have like a tiki built-in kitchen outside, or they've got golf access, or whatever those key features are, you can plug it in here, click create listing remarks, and boop, all done here. You can click the copy button, you can copy paste from here if you need to, but a great easy way to get those listing remarks done and completed for you. You also can take that and then plug it in here. If you wanted to send it to Eve and tell it to create a social media post out of it. So if you're trying to create consistency between listing remarks, but you don't want to, obviously 250 words for a social media post is like, no way, Jose. You can take it, paste it in here, send it to Eve while you have the social media post selected, and it'll just move it right over into a shorter, beautiful version that will be for social media. But you also can use the AI out here for other things. You can type your thoughts in here, and then it'll create a nice formatted biography for you. It'll create a blog for you, or anything that's just general content. So this is kind of a catch-all there. But a great option here, they do have smart tech built into the back end so that it is real estate driven, right? Because a lot of times when we go out to ChatGPT, if you don't give it the proper prompt, you can end up with like a lot of crazy things that have nothing to do with real estate or the property. This has those rules built in the back end. It also has some fair housing rules built into the back end so that it is fair housing compliant. However, it is your responsibility to make sure you read through it and that it doesn't violate any of the rules and regulations or the fair housing. So they've built a lot of those parameters into the back end, but we all know that it's not always foolproof, right? So you don't want it to say anything in there about, oh, this home is great for like, a newlywed couple or a single family with children, because you can't talk about familia status, right? Those kinds of things you want to read through and just double check for it. All right, moving on to our next section, brand and marketing. This is like a catch-all section here, but lots of great goodies to be had. So branded ebooks. There are lots of options in here. You've got seller's guides, buyer's guides, first-time home buyer guides, 5 hacks. So these are great things. It'll add in your profile photo and your logo. As long as you've come up here to this settings wheel, make sure that your photo and your logo are updated so it'll plug it in there. If you have a bio, you can throw your bio in here and it'll add it to the booklet as well. If you don't have a bio, hey, we just talked about that. Go back over here to Eve, have it create a short little bio for you and paste it right in here. You can kind of see how all these tools flow together and all the pieces come together, right? So you can see some examples that I've already created down here below. The buyer's guide. We'll open this up for you. My mouse is a little glitchy today. So you can either get the link or you can download the PDF so that you can send it out as an attachment. I think these are great links to add onto your website so that people can always access it, or maybe it's something that you customize that you send off, in your first time buyers packet. So your branding on the page there, table of contents, you can see there are 17 pages to this. It's really, really just a nice formatted buyer's guide here. But also, you can take this content, plug it into something maybe that you're creating so that you don't have to recreate the wheel. I suggest you come out here and download all of the different ones and see which ones that you would like to use and read through them. Next up, we've got worksheets and checklists. So selecting the worksheet here, you can see that there are many of them. You've got like a buyer showing sheet. This helps them like take notes as they're going through the showings, open house sign-in sheets, seller questionnaire, all kinds of forms you need. So again, no recreating the wheel. You don't need to go out and ask ChatGPT to create it for you. It's already here, ready to go. And it's not branded, to one specific thing. They're all very like fluid so that you can use them in your kits. You can also download them and put your logo on them if you wanted to. But I like going through all of these worksheets and checklists because there's just a lot of things that when I was practicing, I didn't realize I was missing out on, right? The home buyers questionnaire, I was like, hey, these are great questions that I'm not asking at the beginning of a relationship building process, and I added it in there. So aside from helping out with things that you already know that you need, I think Agent 3000 is really, really good at filling in those gaps of you don't know what you don't know, right? So if you are starting out new and you're making your buyers packets, you're making your sellers packets and things like that, these are great ways you can either download them and grab them, add them to your packets, or you look at it and go, hey, that's a great idea. However, I want to do X, Y, and Z. They're good idea generators, right? All right, on to our next bit, market snapshot videos. So this will create a nice little moving graph for you based on the statistics that you plug in. So a couple Mondays ago, we had the market statistics that we went through and all the different tools that we have for market statistics. So if you missed out on that one and this is something you're interested in, for sure, go back to that because we've got 3 different programs that do market stats. But what Agent 3000 does is they give you something really simple to grab and go and plug in. So we all know that video gets more engagement on social media than the static images. So this will help you out with that. Most of the tools we went over on the other Monday are great ways to, 1, just get data, or 2, get image visuals. But what Agent 3000 does differently is gives you this lovely little video here. So you can plug in your city, your zip code, or your county, depending on which parameter you want to use. And then do you want to do single family or condo? And then it gives you a little bit of options here with the color, right? So based on your branding, you can come out here and pull the different colors. And let's open this bad boy up so that you can see it. That volume is so loud here. So it does put a little bit of a jingle behind it. It puts your branding on it, and then it'll give the statistics and it'll move, as you can see. And it'll go through the different statistic points here for you. Something really great that you can just throw up on social media. You can send out to your clientele, add it into your weekly emails if needed, right here, ready to go for you. And then it'll always stay here for you as well. But it's always going to pull the previous month. So right now we're in the beginning of April, it will pull March's information for you, and that's what it'll pull in here. You can see the last time we did this class was this time last year, or actually 2 years ago, we did the April 2024 stats, but really cool video for you to grab there. They also have branded infographics. So if we come out here, add profile photo, add your logo, you can choose to have them on there or not. Footer and background, if you want it black or white, and then you select image. So these are all the different sections, and then you can see how many different images are in those. So if we go to buyer and seller tips, there are 30 different options in here. And then on the white space down here, it will throw in your photo and logo so that everything is branded to you. Some really, really cool options there. Home maintenance, all kinds of stuff. So if you're having an issue trying to come up with content or ideas, this is a great place to come out and grab it. Whether you use theirs and download it with your photo and logo on it, or you create your own based off of the ideas that are out here, you've got a lot of options. I know a lot of people will come out here, grab ideas, and set up their socials for whether you do it weekly or you do it monthly. I've seen it done many different ways. It's whatever works best for your schedule, right? You can schedule out all of your marketing and have it done and ready to go so you don't have to think about it. Monthly market snapshot. So this is another way to get market data. So you've got the video here, but then this is going to give you a nice little clip. So you can do March 7th to April 5th. This is showing the last 30 days, or you could do the last full month of data. This gives you a little bit more options than the video does. And then we'll type in, we'll pick on Cape Coral today. If Joanna can spell, we will pick on Cape Coral today. All right, so we plug in Cape Coral, we'll do single family, and we'll say create image. You also can plug in a website here so that the image becomes clickable if you want it to go to your website, if you want it to go to your socials, anything like that. So this is just a stagnant image, and it'll put your branding down here below based on the parameters that you've plugged in up here. Again, if you were with us for our market data webinar that we did a couple Mondays ago, there are a lot of image options that you have available to you. All right, coming into our SMS listing infographic here. This is where you can plug in one of your listings, or you can plug in somebody else's. So I'm going to come out here, and Shane knows I always pick on him, so he'll be our guinea pig today. I'll grab us a listing that we'll pick on for the rest of the webinar. You know, the best time to need batteries in your mouse is when you're in the middle of a webinar. Sorry if it's moving around a little bit, guys. All right, so we'll come back out here, plug in a listing, and select it when it displays. And you can see it's coming out here and it's pulling in all of the data. So we're just going to go ahead and select random photo. Profile photo and our logo are going to go on there. If you want the QR code on there, you can add that on there. That way they can scan it and get more information about the property. Do we want the address on there, or do we want it hidden? Do we want to hide the price? We're going to keep that deselected. So optional overlay text. So these are different things. You don't have to select anything, but we're going to have this one put just listed so you can see what the example is. Your name, your email, your phone number, and then the background color that you would like. Do you want it white or black? We're going to click create image, and you instantly have a text code option here. So what this does is they will text this MLS number to, and then it would be the phone number that you plug in here, up here for your phone. They can also scan the QR code and get more information on it. And then you can see that it's overlaid the photo on there and it's provided this. There is a separate option down here below where you can have text codes created so that it will also text it to you, but then it will log them in under your contacts and landing pages, leads. You've got different lead sections. Okay. So just a great way to grab attention. Again, you could do this for your own listing, or if you've got somebody's listing that you want to borrow and you want to market it out to create leads, just a really cool way for it to create a snapshot for you, give that information and the QR code. Market trends graphs. This is a lot like the monthly market snapshot that we looked at earlier, but it gives you different types of data. You can choose the type of bar graph or line graph. You can choose the type of statistic and build out those parameters. So this is going to give you just something really, really quick. This is going to give you something more detailed with a lot more options for you. All right. The business card. If you are looking for a digital business card, Agent 3000 has got you. So we see this used a lot more lately. Rather than handing out business cards, somebody will say, hey, what's your phone number? I'll send you my business card. It's a great way to capture their information instead of just giving them a physical piece of paper and hoping that they call you. We all try that when we're on a date. It doesn't work, right? Get their phone number so that you can send them that business card here. They've got plenty of templates, and then it allows you to edit them out, put in all kinds of information, your about me, testimonials, things like that. Then you can get a QR code or you can email it over. And this is an example of one that we started building out in another class. It's really, really nice. But again, they've got lots of different options on here for you and different templates so that you can choose what you really like and customize it, make it branded to yourself. They will also then build that into a signature box for you. The QR code will be your branded business card so that if they scan it, then you can automatically go right into their phone as well. You can put the reviews in here that you want displayed on your business card. So if people leave reviews on Zillow and Realtor.com and Facebook, you can take them and copy and paste them right in here. If anybody sends you a message through the Realty business card, it will text you, it will email you, it will alert you, but it also logs them all here. So if you ever lose it, you're like, oh, I can't find that text message and I know somebody reached out, it will log it all for you here so that it's never lost. And then activity. You can see here, I had all of one scan. Obviously, I'm not out there marketing like everybody else, but if you can kind of keep track of how much your business card is being used, like the QR code and things like that. So I see a lot of people put it on their car as a sticker or on billboards, in their email, in whatever marketing it is that you might be doing. It'll give you the algorithm readings on that as well. All right, open houses. This is whether, again, you have the listing or you're working an open house for somebody else. You can plug this information in here, pull in that listing. We'll click this photo, plug in the open house date. So we'll say we're doing it on the 19th. Do you want dark or light themed colors? And then this is so that they can sign in. What fields do you want required from your guests? So do you want first name, last name, email? We've got those checked off. Do you want phone number? Are you working with another agent? Where did you hear about the open house? How soon are you looking to purchase? You can put all the information on there. I know a lot of us like to just put less. They're more likely to sign in if you put less, but all of those options are there for you. Your contact information, because this will also be sent to them when they sign in. And then if you have the CRM purchase, right, that upgrade, you can choose what group this goes into, because then if you have it set up that they automatically get like an email drip campaign, that workflow will be automatic for you. All right, so you can do a QR code so that there is a sign. Maybe it's just a QR code that says, please log in or please sign in, scan the QR code and sign in. And then this is the email that they will get in return for logging in. So now we can see the page that they see when they come in. So this is something that would have all of them selected, but this is what that looks like. And then the QR code up here, this one, it gives them the information to the property as well. So you tell them, hey, you can sign in and then scan the QR code. So while you walk around, they can look at the details as well. It's a great way to go flyerless if you wanted to go flyerless as well. I see that we have a question. Will the broker logo information appear on the digital business cards also? If you edit it in there, we'll hop back to the business cards really quick. So in here, you've got the profile photo uploaded, but the difference is that you'll want to put it in the background image. Those are the only two spots for images. So you can kind of either make your own where you put it in with that, or you could have your background photo completely be the logo. Those are your options for the business or your company logo in the business cards. All right, and then open house guests. So anybody who did, we'll hop back here to open houses. Anybody who did log into the open house page will be logged here. Okay, so you can come back and find it always. Net sheets. This is just a really cool thing for you to use once you're working with the customers. Not so much marketing related, but it is, right? Like you continue to market and brand yourself through the relationship with the consumer. So this is a great way to get net sheets to work with people, whether they're on the buyer side or they're on the seller side. I encourage you to come out here and play with this. Landing pages. These are great opportunities for you to be able to gain leads, okay? Whether you're marketing on social media or you're marketing your weekly emails, this can be used anywhere. And there are a lot of editing options on here. I encourage you to come through here, comb through all of these options. Let me show you some examples of what these do look like though. Some different options that you have for landing pages. So this one I set up, it was going to go on to Facebook. So I allowed them to continue with Facebook, or I just click send me the list. And it will automatically send over a list based on the parameters that I set up. So this is just a very simple landing page. It says call me for a list of single family homes from 230 in Cape Coral. We'll look at some different ones here. Obviously, this one is got a lot more going on. You can make it as full or as simple as you want to, but this is like your call to action. And then it would say, send me my free list now. So when you look through this, you can see that you'll name your landing page out. You'll put your call to action. What do you want the background to be? An image? Do you want it to be a map? And then all the parameters that you want requested in that landing page, right? What do you want the button to say? What do you want them to fill out? Do you want them to say, hey, they can just continue with Facebook? Because most people are using the landing pages on Facebook, right? It'll just take their Facebook information, it'll fill it out for them. They don't have to fill all of those spots out. These two sections here are if you purchased the CRM, it'll add them into the group and the drip campaign. The moment they press that button, then you don't have to do anything. It's very much set it and forget it. The response text, so this is as soon as they've submitted it, it'll say, thank you for your request. We'll be with you shortly. You can make this whatever it is that you want. And then the email that goes out to the prospect, okay? And I'm sorry if it's a little loud, guys. The fire engines are going by. So in here, though, the way that I've seen a lot of people set this up is, let's say you put out an ad that says, click here for a list of all of the golf front properties that are in Cape Coral, right? What you can then do is you set up what information they want you to provide. And as soon as they provide it, they would get an automatic email that say, hey, thanks for your interest. Here is a list of all the golf front property that's in Cape Coral. And you would put a link in here that you got from Matrix, right? So we've done this before with the search where you run the parameters, you pull a search, you grab the link. Well, you can throw that link in here and it'll always just take them to one home and it'll show them the properties. Then you don't have to do anything. They get the list automatically, right? Because nobody likes getting lied to. I gave you all my information and I got nothing. No, they automatically get this email and response and it'll have all the data in there for them as well. Now, if you're working with Facebook and you've got a pixel, you can add your pixel code in here. Doing Google Analytics, you can add your Google Analytics code in here. AdWorks, you can also plug that in so that you can have further tracking of the engagement on this advertising. And it looks like we've got, nope, we already answered that question. Alrighty. Moving on to the next option, social media tools. There are a lot in here. So this one, purely tutorial, okay? So I've talked about Facebook leads, I've talked about Facebook ads and Facebook posting. If you need help with that and you've never done it before, they've provided videos here to show you exactly how to take these landing pages and plug them into Facebook, and even how you can, like, throw $20 to $100 at Facebook and get it boosted. Or if you wanted to completely do a lead form and plug it into the ads portion of Facebook, that is explained for you here as well. All right, so this is a website screenshot sharer. So all this does is takes a screenshot of the website that you plug in, and then you can add in click to view, rotate it if you want. So if we take the RPCRA website, and this is a great example of if you took like a screenshot of your website or your list of homes and you're trying to encourage people to click through, right? You're trying to send them somewhere, encourage them to go somewhere. And we'll select all the options so you can see what that looks like. We'll click get screenshot. They will go out there. It'll grab a screenshot for you. Most of the time we can go ahead and just take a screenshot ourselves, but this just plugs the overlay in on it for you. And because I'm on Zoom, it's taking a little longer. So you can see that it's added the click to view and it's grabbed a nice high def screenshot for us. Depending on what type of computer you're using, I know Windows, like you can take a screenshot, but it's really, really low resolution, right? Like if you zoom in on it, it's extremely pixelated. What's great is they grab a nice high def photo of it and they'll plug that text in for you as well. So you could take this and then plug it into any kind of advertising that you might need. Listing collage posts. This is a great way to just plug in the MLS number so you don't have to upload. Ooh, go back and copy that so that you don't have to plug in all of the photos again. And it will spit out a nice little collage for you. And you have to accept the terms. It says it's not your listing. Make sure that you have permission to promote it. Yes, they do. And just grab whatever photos it is that you want. Create collage. And it'll create a nice little collage for you that you can post up on social media. Social media memes. Now, I know we all think that memes are supposed to be funny. They have some that are funny, but they also have ones that are just eye-catching, really for like the Southwest Florida area. It says, how's that Ohio weather treating you? So if you wanted to run an ad to people who were out in Ohio during a snowstorm, great options, right? But they've got some different things that you can come out here and grab. But then they also have it where you can create ones yourself. So you could plug in the website here and it will then also link to that as well when you create them in the meme generator. So those were some examples of ones I've created, but this is the actual meme generator area where you could take the different photos that they have or upload your own, add whatever text and font you want over it, add any clip art images, and then it'll all be stored here in your memes. Let's see what ones we created before. Passed the real estate exam, only learned how to stay out of jail. So these are just some examples from the previous classes, but you do have that option here to create some social media posts yourself. All right, so reports, this is more so for statistics and numbers. You can come out here and play with it if you want, but not really marketing related. Flyers. So this is marketing related, and these are just some really quick templates for you to come out, grab them, go, whether it is for your property or you're trying to promote another property, maybe it's an open house. They've got all kinds of different templates here. So this is the one photo template. And again, it's all integrated within the MLS so that you don't have to pull everything in here. It'll give you all of the photos. You can choose which photo you want. It'll plug in your information. It'll pull in the description also. I'll go ahead and click create PDF and open this up for you guys to see. And you can see it's a nice simple flyer. information so that you can throw that out at an open house, send it out, whatever it is that you might need. And again, 4-photo flyer does the same thing, but you drag and drop 4 photos, 10-photo flyer, open house flyer, just listed, just sold, or for rent flyers as well. So nice, quick, easy templates for you to grab. Single property websites. This is a lot like the landing page you saw earlier, but this promotes just a single website and you. So if you don't already have a website where you can pull a property onto it, this gives you several different templates of links that you can share out. So this, go ahead and click this and let you see it. There are lots of different templates, but this is just one of them. It will have your company logo up here, and it'll have your photo down here. And so this is even if it's somebody else's listing. Now make sure you have permission to market it. But if you go to somebody in your office and you're like, "Hey Joe, I see you have this beautiful luxury listing on the beach. I'd love to market it. Can I create a single page website for it and send it out and market it, socials and emails?" And they're like, "Hey, yeah, sure." You plug the MLS number in just like I did, and you've got all of this information. It really looks like it's your website and it's your information, mortgage rates, mortgage calculators, every bit of information that's in the MLS, you'll find out here, so that they don't have to go searching for more information. Virtual tours, we'll bring it out to the virtual tour section as long as that is in the MLS. A printed flyer, if they want to grab it, they can request showings with you. It will reach out to you. Lots of great options on here. And I believe we have another question. Can we have a copy of the recorded class? Yes, Amy, it goes, all of our MLS Mondays are recorded and then they go up onto our YouTube channel, usually by Wednesday, but definitely by the end of the week. All right, so that was just one of the templates, but they do have lots of different templates out there. So you can go out, figure out what it is that you're trying, like the look you want, and you can grab that. You can share out the link, copy the URL, and they have it where it has the address on it or no address on it, depending on which one you need. It says if your broker allows you to advertise any office listings and you ask them, you can email support@agent3000.com to give us permission to show all of the office listings. So if you have your own listings, when you come out here, it will display them so that you don't have to copy paste like I am. But if you wanted all of your brokerage listings to show on here, you could do that. But it's also easy peasy to just copy the MLS listing number and throw it in there. They do still have the option out here for Craigslist. I know that, I hear from a lot of you guys, it's kind of outdated, but it's a tool. It's there if you're using Craigslist. What they do is create a advertisement for you so that you can post it up onto Craigslist, because Craigslist is so finicky and particular and its text, it just looks really, really simple. They'll give you the HTML so that you can copy paste it right into Craigslist and have like a nice post. So that's the HTML. And then this is what it looks like. And then if you did the detailed ad, that is the HTML. This is what it would look like, so that you don't have to sit there and type the whole thing out again, start from scratch. It's there for you, so that you can just copy paste. QR codes. So I know that these are hot again, right? They were not popular for a while. COVID brought them back and now they're not going away. So if you have a specific listing that you want the QR code to go to that landing page, you can get that right here. If you wanted to get a virtual card, you fill out this information. The QR code plugs it right into that consumer's phone. Whoever scans it, it'll open up their contacts and say, do you want to save this contact? And it'll plug your contact information right into whatever system it is that they're using. Any URL. So this could be your website. This could be, I don't know, your post on realtor.com or your blog, anything. It's a QR code for anything you could possibly need. And then there's also text. So this QR code would display a message if you needed it to. If you didn't want it to link to anything, you just wanted it to go to a simple message, you could do that as well. It generates QR codes for literally anything you could need in your branding and marketing. Sign writers, we can also create sign writers for our properties, and background color, text color, size of writer. And then the optional, do you want a QR code? Do you want your profile picture on it? It's only got space for one, so you've got to choose between your face and a QR code. But once you're done, you can click create PDF, and you can see here that it's gone ahead and given us a code, and you can scan it and you can text it to a certain number, and that creates text code leads for you as well if you wanted to put those out. Your writer and QR code tracker will go here. So if they are scanning those codes, if they are texting those codes, you will get alerted, but it will also all be logged here. And then last but not least, there are a good amount of graphs out here. So if you were looking to grab more data and more information, they have all of this stuff that you could plug in. So the graphs and the market trends we went over earlier, right? They had a finite amount or a specific amount of criteria that you could pull from. This basically allows you to filter from everything in the MLS and create any kind of graph that you want. So you've got the scatter plot, you've got the bar graph, average sales volume, right? You've got all these parameters to choose from. Come out here, play with this a bit, and you can grab whatever graph you want to if that's what you're looking to market out aside from any listing or any landing page, any leads or anything like that. All right, so that is everything in Agent 3000. And as I said, that was going to take the bulk of our time because there is so much in here and we've only grazed through it. I encourage you to go out there, play with it. You know, you can't break it. You want to play with it first before you really, really need to use it. So the next thing I want to show you guys, let me see if we've got any other questions. Is this all included as part of our membership with the exception of the website, the CRM? Yes. Great question. Everything we went through, except for the small things I pointed out, that's all included. You get all of that. So the upgrade, which is $25 a month, is where you get the website and the CRM and the drip campaigns, and it gives you all of these other things on the left-hand side. So really a lot of stuff you've already got. And then if you wanted that extra stuff, it's $25 a month. But everything we went through is included. All right, so next is Ad Builder. And like I said, this is only, I'm gonna share some photos with you guys. This is an option for you that is built into, if I can get this to work. It is built into MLS Touch. So if you don't have MLS Touch, if you weren't at the Southwest Florida Tech Con, which they went over MLS Touch, I suggest you go out and watch a few videos on that. However, if you've got listings and once you've created them and you've made them live, we have this beautiful option here for creating ads that are plugged in and integrated so that you don't have to upload the photos, you don't have to upload the descriptions, you don't have to make it into a video, you don't have to do anything. So Ad Builder is a beautiful button that is built into the app right here where it says promote listing in green, and this is the little Ad Builder logo. Let me just make sure we're properly sharing. Perfect. All right, so once you're signed in, click of a button on any of your listings. You're going to go to the section that says my listings right there on when you open the app. It's a big button and it'll show all of your listings with that button right there. All that you'll have to do is go through, answer some questions, set your budget, what you want to do with it, what type of ad it is, and you confirm it and submit it. Now, let's go through here some of the different screenshots of what that looks like and what different options you have. What's great about this is when you are trying to figure out how to run advertisements, it can be very complicated, right? Like how often does Facebook and Instagram, how often do they update what you need to do? And now you can't just go to Facebook, you have to go to Meta, and then there's Google, and then there's Bing, there's all of these different things to do. What this does is makes it an easy peasy questionnaire so that you can choose like, hey, I want to go to all of them. I only want to go to Facebook. I only want to go to Instagram. You will plug in all of your accounts using the settings button up here so that it can easily communicate with it. And then it's one questionnaire and they make it very like real estate related so that you don't have to think about it. Okay. So you'll choose what type of ad it is. Is it a coming soon? If you put it in the MLS under delayed marketing, then you can do a coming soon, right? Because it's in the MLS. You're in with clear cooperation. You're good there. Maybe it's a just listed, open house, price reduction, under contract. And then there's one that's just classic, right? It just advertises the listing. It doesn't do any kind of call to action or anything like that. Once you choose the type of ad that you're going to do, then you come out here and you choose your budget and what is it that you're trying to accomplish. Do you just want views? Do you want people to click through to that link? Are you trying to generate leads and phone calls? What is it that you're trying to accomplish with that ad? You then will continue to scroll down and set your radius. Okay. So where's your target audience? Is it this area? Maybe it's like you've got this beautiful paradise home and it's snowing in Boston. Like, hey, let's take all of these beautiful paradise palm tree photos and send them out to people who are stuck in a snowstorm in Boston. Whatever angle it is that you're trying to get at, you're going to go ahead and set your target audience here. You then are going to make sure that your marketing profile is up to date. It's going to show all of your information and it's going to show all of your company's information. And then once you're done, it will display the ad here for you so that you can confirm it. You're good to go. It creates that video for you. This is not something that she had to upload. It takes the description, it takes the photos, and it creates a nice little virtual video for you. It then has you review everything. What is the parameters? You know, how long did you want that ad for? 5 days, what your budget is, and then it shows all of the information down here as well. And when you continue scrolling, it's got the address, any kind of description here, if it's going to go through to a website, location, and what type of ad it is. These are all things that you fill out in the beginning. And then you click approve and it does it for you. It goes out to the platforms you want. It's pulled in all the information for you. You don't have to figure out what buttons to press. It's really, I kind of like to think of it as the Mad Libs of real estate advertising because you're just filling in the box, right? Fill it out, click submit, you're done. You're not figuring out how they all work. Then you get your confirmation, you click pay, and you're done. It's truly that easy. So if you go out to, and I'm going to switch our screens here again. If you come out to our dashboard, there is more information on it down here so that you can read up on it, or if you're just trying to figure out how to get to it. But it's all built into the MLS Touch app. Most of us are on the go, we're in our app. They are continuing to grow what is available to you in the app. For those of you that were at TechCon, you got a sneak peek throughout this year. They're going to try to build into the app where you can add and edit your listings so that you can do everything from your phone if you wanted to, right? But there is more information on that down below for you as well. Now, last but not least, in our last 12 minutes that we have here, I want to show you Property Panorama. We've done several MLS Mondays on Property Panorama this year because it's one of our newest tools. So I don't want to go through it in too much detail with you guys, but it is another great platform for you that does all kinds of integrated marketing. Now you can see right on the dashboard on the landing page where I'm at, you'll want to put in your profile picture and your logo. They take care of that right away. You don't got to go search for it over in your settings. And no, do that right here because it will plug into any type of advertising you do. I'm going to show you guys what you get for free through Florida Gulf Coast MLS, but they do have other options up here. The InstaView and the Adtensify. They have, all these other options in here. If you wanted more out of your marketing, I suggest you go and watch their videos where they sell you the upgrades and what's available to you there. But what you do get is in my listings, actually, I lied. We're going to log out really quick. I'm going to show you guys a profile that does have listings. But in this platform, what you get is another set of flyers. So if you're looking for a different version of flyers, we're going to pick on Shane again, my guinea pig. If you're looking for another set of flyers, that's what you get. But the biggest thing that they offer are the virtual tour websites. So every listing you have will get a landing page with a website. What is great is Property Panorama has integrated right into our MLS. So it will automatically put a virtual tour link on your listing. Okay, if you put in your own virtual tour link, it's not going to override that. It's not going to touch it. It's not going to do it. But if you've never put in a virtual tour link, it's just going to do that for you. And all it does is takes all of the photos and puts them in a slideshow. It puts the description on there. And that way, when your listing feeds out to all these syndication sites like Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Trulia, all of these sites, it has a virtual tour on it. That gets your listing seen more than people who don't have virtual tour listings. And that is something that we've done as a MLS to help you guys. But what you'll want to do is come out here to My Listings. You'll see all of your listings here, and you've got easy buttons to get to those virtual tour links. They've got, we'll go to the, oh, we don't want to click that one. Don't listen to Joanna on that one. All right, so if you come out here, we can, you can turn it off so that the virtual tour is available or not. So if it is on your MLS and you don't want it there, you can simply shut it off with that button. But you've got the share links out here. So if you click that, it's going to bring you into that full listing in all of your options. So you've got the branded and unbranded tours here. And we'll copy this just so you guys can get an idea of what these virtual tours look like. Like I said, it's very simple, easy peasy. It takes everything that you plugged in on MLS and puts it here. You've got the tour, you've got all the photos that they could just click through if they didn't want it in a video format, and all of the information that it pulls in from local sources. So the internet in that area, the schools in that area, these are all provided by third-party websites. And again, you've got the branded and unbranded. So it automatically puts all the unbranded ones in MLS because that is a rule of ours. But if you wanted the branded one to send out on social medias, on your weekly emails, anything like that, you've got that as well. What's great is they also have all of these options for sharing out onto social medias. So it will create a shareable post for you. You don't have to think anything of it. You click it, it just takes in the photo, it takes in a shorter version of the verbiage, and it will post it right out for you with the link to this virtual tour. Great way to just easily get a post. They have options for advertising the listing, right? Here, and that is where it's going to be an upgrade. So you can pay them to do your advertising for you. So you've got the ad builder, which is what we just looked at. That's a great option. And then this is a different one. They provide two completely different types of advertising, but I suggest you look at both of them if you're looking for a platform that's going to do your advertising for you of your listings. But in here, the first time you click through these, it's gonna, I'm not gonna click it because I don't want to mess up Shane's stuff here. But when you click it, it's gonna ask you to log in for the first time, and it's gonna say, hey, do you give Property Panorama permission to access your socials? You'll say yes, and then from then on, anytime you click this, it'll instantly click through and make an easy post for you, and you can just click post. You don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to come up with the verbiage. You don't have to do all of that. It will do that for you. Again, property flyers here. If you want, they've got, you can either download the PDF or you can share out the link. So I've got a lot of people that love the Agent 3000 ones, and that's the ones they use. And I've got people who love the Property Panorama ones, and those are the ones that they use. So this is what you get through Property Panorama. If he had his photo and his logo uploaded, that would also be provided here below. And the QR code will bring them right to that virtual property website. I believe we have a couple of questions. I haven't used, okay, no, these aren't questions. These are just statements. All right. So continuing to scroll down, you also then have the listing video. So this will give you just the video portion of it, and I'll open this up so you can see what that looks like. Oh, it's not going to work because we turned it off here a second ago. I'll give it a few because we turned it off and then turned it back on, but this will give you the listing video that you can see on the virtual tour as well. And then you can set it to public, private, or unlisted. You also then have a turbo text option. So this is a text code for them to get to that virtual tour. So you can see here that the main theme through Property Panorama is that virtual tour website that they've provided, and all of the tools. All of this links back to that and really just generates a lot of attention around the listing through this virtual tour. And then you can also create media links here as well and add in lots of different features here. So a really, really cool option here for all of your listings. My mouse is going to drive me crazy today. So this is all of the sharing options you have for that listing. If you wanted to edit it whatsoever, you've got that button here as well. So it's going to pull it all in based on MLS, right? And it's going to keep the same order of MLS, the same listing comments and things like that. But if you decided, like for the virtual tour, you don't want it to be in the same order, or you want anything different, you can come through here and change it, and then it'll stay on Property Panorama the way that you've set it up here. If you click continue, so this is just the listing description stuff. If you click continue, the photo preview, you can reorder these photos in a different way. You can see here, the MLS pulled 47 photos. If you wanted to upload any on your own, and then it would give you the total. So it doesn't have to be exactly what MLS has, but it makes it easy pulling in everything that you've already done in MLS. It'll show you here what that virtual tour site looks like, but you can also change the theme, and you've got a few different options here to change out what that looks like. So it doesn't have to be right out of the box what everybody else is getting. You can really make it into your own. If we continue on to the next page, it will hopefully load here. You can edit out the music. So this one is called Human Progress, but they have lots of different options out here for music. So you can change the tune if you wanted it to be a little bit more upbeat, maybe you want it to be a little bit more luxury, whatever it is that you want, you can change the music for when they land on that virtual tour site as well. And then at the end, it allows you to preview exactly what you've built out. So there are, like, it is a set template that it always creates for you that looks like this. You can go out, you can grab it. That's what it's going to throw on the MLS for you. But if you wanted to edit that up at all, you certainly can. What's great about this as well, aside from sharing the editing features, you also get statistics on those listings. So it's going to show you with that virtual tour site how many views you've gotten, where the source was. All of these are direct link clicks. So people are probably clicking on those links in the MLS, but this is something great. If you start really using this in your marketing and using the promotion, you can certainly send this to your sellers to show them what you're doing for them. If you were paying money for their Adtensify and creating ads, and you had that property linked to it, you would get those algorithm readings here as well. It would show you how many clicks you've gotten, how many impressions you've gotten, so that you've got both of those readings right here. But if you're just using the free version, which is the virtual tour, then you still get those readings on the virtual tour links and where you've sent them out. And then last but not least, this is a quick button to grab that PDF that we looked at earlier. That's also here in the sharing tab as well. So we are right at the top of the hour, and I know that we've gone through a lot. It's a lot to take in, but there is so much available to you right here in the MLS. So I think that if you're looking at recreating your marketing, or maybe you're just getting into the business, it's a great thing to look at first before you go out and you start spending marketing dollars and money on stuff that you might already have right here. So if you guys have any questions as you start going through these different items, feel free to reach out to us here in the MLS. You can call in or you can email us, mls@rpcra.org. Some other great resources that are always available to you as well. All the tools that we use today all have their own help buttons, and they all have their own help teams as well that you can certainly use them. But then we also have our wonderful YouTube channel that we talked about at the beginning of this. You can go out there, you can take deeper dives into all of these tools and each little piece that they might have. So if you look us up, Florida Gulf Coast MLS, on YouTube, you'll be able to find our channel and all of our playlists. But until then, I thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you next Monday.